Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites, and hopefully add all kinds of awesome games to your backlog, or your wish list, or your now playing list, or you know what, whatever you're doing out there. We are going to add to it because that's what we do every stinking time. And you can check me on that. I'll tell you, it's been clinically proven to solve your wish list problems. If you have problems putting together a wish list, you hang out on the Goat Force Gaming channel. We'll get that turned around for you right away. You can check your watch and warrants on it. And if you like rogues, if you're hanging out here, I know you do already, you're going to be super happy because that's all we play 100% of the time. I am glad you're here with us because we are back. We are back with an absolute banger that has set the hook in me so hard. This is a game called Stardust Defenders. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, it's a little bit of bullet heaven, it's a little bit of tower defense, and it's wonderful. So, we're going to show this off again. We have given away 5 copies of this game. Some of you heard from me the other day saying, hey, the Wheel of Fate has chosen you. You were probably happy to hear that. I'm always happy to give away games on the channel. You all allow us to do it. And I'm also happy to tell you that the video that you are watching right here, right now, this one is also rated G. Do you know why? It's rated G for giveaway. How about that, huh? Good stuff. Figure we just needed to do another one. So here's the deal. We're going to give away 2 more copies of the game. Because again, I just think the world of it. I played a bunch of it over the weekend. I opened up even more of the meta progression. And I think even more people need to see this. The initial video got some good attention. I think it saw around 500 views, which is an indicator that people liked what they saw. And so I wanted to show off more of it and give away more copies. So we've got 2 giveaways, and this is really simple. All you need to do is be subscribed and leave a comment. That's it. Let us know what you're playing, what you've got going on, what kind of coffee or tea you're drinking. And on June 22nd, I will pick 2 of you randomly to win a copy of Stardust Defenders. All right, let's go with Spirit's attack range is increased. That's going to continue to pay dividends. Now, last time around, we had runs that got right to about the 7.5 minute mark. I think we're probably going to do a little bit better than that today, something tells me. We've got a lot more spirits on offer this time as well, the spirits being the towers. And so you're going to see a little bit more variety in what we can pop down, which is neat. It adds to the fun for sure. Really nice combination of capabilities, and we'll also be checking out a new playable Guardian that I just opened recently and I haven't even seen myself. So that'll be fun as well. We're going to get into it, right? Let's go with an enhancement to our ability. A little bit more bounce being offered up from these lightning bolts. So for those of you that celebrate and recognize the day, I hope you had a tremendous Father's Day. We're going to talk a little bit about that as I sip this coffee and say cheers to you. I've got a beautiful dark roast going. You know, my wife and I got up earlier this morning. The kids are over at the grandparents right now having a ball. I think they're going to see that new animated movie, The Elementals. It was between that and Flash, and they said, my goodness, let's go get that Pixar action happening. They love it still. They're 10 and 12. So my wife and I got up and went to our favorite local roaster because the summer menu just came out, and my wife got a mojito latte. Cold drink, a mojito latte. I gotta tell you, it was really nice. Nice combination of the espresso, the oat milk that she had them use, and just the other flavors that they infuse in there. Now, she, of course, detected a lot more of the coffee than I did. It was muted a little bit for me. It was there, but it was definitely muted. It's just so interesting what they can do, these local roasters. And these guys have a rotating menu, so you know, it kind of gets us to go in there every once in a while and see what they're up to. But the creativity is just tremendous. I know what you're wondering. Well, go. What did you get? What did you get? Well, I'm so glad you asked. I got something awesome as well. I also went with a cold latte, and this had espresso, honey, and orange flavoring to it. And man, you know when you taste something and you say to yourself, my goodness, that just works. That's pretty much how this was. Just totally worked, just totally came together. It's like when you eat a food that's got that salty and sweet combination, you just go, my goodness. It's just tremendous. It's kind of how it was. All right, we don't have, do we have bomb fairies? See, now I'm forgetting. I don't know if we have any bomb fairies out there. Yeah, we do. We do. We do, right there to the left of our guardian tree. We've got to do some hard body karate on these projectiles. You know about that hard body karate. All right, let's go with, let's do despair for when that tree gets a little bit beat up. We're gonna try and control for that as much as we can, but it's gonna happen at some point. We're at about the 6-minute mark. I think we've got an interesting overall build going at this point. Let's hope that we get some additional lightning spirits. Right now we've got 2 of them. I try and pass the buffs around among the different tower types that we have, but I like looking for the general buffs, you know, that kind of go across the board and help everybody out. All right, let's see here. We've got a Star Striker. I do like the Solar Beam Spirit, especially for situations like this where you've got the big bugs coming. And they seem to come from this corner and this corner usually. So we'll just go ahead and pop this right over there. I knew it would link up to the big bug eventually. Love to see it. So we grabbed those drinks and actually headed to the dog park. Of all places, I haven't been to the dog park in a while. I haven't talked about it on the channel, but back in, gosh, this was April or May, we had put our dog down. We had a 14-year-old Siberian Husky named Frost, and she was just a wonderful member of the household, but, 14. That is up there for dogs. She had just a tremendous life with us, and, we felt like going and walking the dog park. So we hadn't got to do that in a little bit, and I mean, you can still enjoy it, seeing other people's dogs, and it was just a really, really great morning together, Very peaceful out there, watching the dogs play. This particular dog park has a pond in the middle of it that kind of runs through, and the dogs can play in there. That's very, very enjoyable, especially if you've got a great cup of coffee with you. Or a tea, for tea drinkers out there. Really nice way to start a day. So that's what we did. And of course, we got on the subject of, are we ready for another dog? What are we thinking about that? And, I will say that my wife is very much ready for another dog. And I'm more the one that's kind of on the fence, and I don't know, not enjoying sounds bad, like, because we had the dog for so long. I guess I'm okay not having the dog responsibility right now, and having to worry about, goodness, did we leave anything on the floor every time you go to leave, our dog is known for the sock incident in our household. She devoured a sock, and not only a sock, one of those, if any of you like the thicker socks in the winter, the thicker variety called Wolverines, this particular sock that's quite cushy, she ate one of those, of course, and of course it was mine. Of all things, you're like, oh, God, please let it be somebody else's sock, No, I couldn't even pass the buck on that one. It was my sock that got left out, and it was just a gigantic to-do. It got, I don't want to get too graphic, but it got stuck. And so we had to take her in and get it unstuck. So you can imagine a little bit of an ordeal there. But she got through it, and goodness, so did I. But, kind of that ability to not have to worry about, did I leave one of my Wolverines out? Because let's face it, trying to get out the door, you got a ton of things on your mind, and then it's one of those things, you're in the car, you're halfway to where you're going, and you're going, oh my God, there's a rogue sock on the floor. Goodness. These days, though, now it's like, okay, that it's all right. It's all right. There's a sock on the floor, and it's okay. And I'm sure some of you that have animals, you know all about the sock situation. Maybe your household has even had a sock incident of its own. Yeah. Of course, this happened in 2020, when everything was really great already. Everything's just wonderful in life, right? Isn't that what everybody remembers from that time? Things were just great. Come home and you're like, oh man, what is that all over the floor? Oh God. Looks like the dog is having some kind of issue. Yeah. And I'll stop there for everybody's continued delight of this video. So, anyway, really long way of saying, currently I'm okay not having an animal, you know? Let's do Despair level 2. I know that one is not necessarily paying dividends at the moment, but as things amp up, I mean, we're, you know, about 11 minutes in here, we are going to see that tree life bar decline a little bit. Set your watch and warrant to it. All right, what do we want to do here? Space spell, spirit, whirlpool. I feel like we put some points into the space spell at this point, and we do not have one over here. We've got one here, one here. Boy, oh boy. Why don't we go over here? Because it's going to warp them to the opposite side. And so you kind of want to send them to an area where there's a bit of a Kevin McAllister funhouse setup. You all remember Kevin, right? Harry and Marv. That's what's fun about these tower defense games. You're kind of just setting up a maze of hell. For the bugs, of course. Right? Okay, let's put another point into Space Warp. That feels appropriate. And I guess next time there's a solar beam spirit on offer, we should probably consider that, since we've only got one and we've put well, a decent amount of capabilities into it overall. All right. So I said we were going to talk about Father's Day festivities, and then I got ahead of myself. We started talking about pets and coffees. See what happens here? I need, like, a co-host of the show to say, "Go, damn it. Concentrate," right? That's okay. Most of you are used to this, and it's all good, right? So, let's just get straight to the meal. I mean, we went to the local water park, had a wonderful time doing that. Just a great day out there. It wasn't too crowded. The water wasn't freezing. Can I just tell you, I know, it's another aside. Can I just tell you that I have gotten to a point in my adult life where I don't like cold water anymore. You know, this happens right around the time that we age out of Taco Bell, right? We all get to that point. Here's our solar beam spirit. We get to that point where you want to enjoy that Taco Bell, but you pay for it in a way that it's just no longer worth enjoying Taco Bell. And I think around that same period of time is when you divorce yourself from liking cold water, or tolerating cold water, maybe better said. I have no tolerance for cold water anymore. I don't want to do it, and I don't feel like I have to do it. So, cold water was not out in full force. I'm happy to say. It was quite comfortable out there. And then on top of that, you know, we got there a little bit earlier, and the park was not overloaded. We got to take out this gigantic bug before it makes its way to our tree, because it will totally take down our tree by itself. We've got to dismantle it. We can see its life bar up top there. So this is looking pretty promising. All right, what do we want to go with here? I think probably the recharged race. Let's do that. Hey, there it is. And it drops an instant level up as well. I say we do another space spirit here, and let's pop it right in the middle there. right there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And so we're going to dump them to the south, but then we're going to dump them somewhere else as well because, well, we've basically got the space spirits in a nice circle now. So we're just constantly warping and taking away HP in increments of 3%, but then plus additional because we've upgraded that capability. Why don't we go with that double damage opportunity again there? So a great time at the water park. And came back. My wife put together a little bit of a charcuterie board with some cheeses and some salami. You know, I'm sure there are folks here that appreciate the salami that has the ring of black pepper around it. You know the one I'm talking about. It's very, very good. So I had definitely my fair share of that. And from there, all the favorites kept coming out in really full force. It was very exciting. I would say one of the best meals I've had all year. You better believe we had skirt steak on offer. That's my favorite cut. So the skirt steak was flowing, and my wife cooked it on the cast iron. And we have a longer cast iron pan that you can throw on a grill and heat it up, you know, to a ripping hot point. And, you know, skirt steak is very thin. So you're doing like 2 to 3 minutes a side, putting a really nice sear on it. She pulled off a perfect medium. And God, it was just phenomenal. It's such a juicy, flavorful cut of beef, the skirt steak. Just a wonderful cut. I don't know if we're going to be able to take out these mushrooms in time, but right now, at least, it looks like we're holding up. We should put down a spirit for sure here, and I think we should probably go with the mystical orbs and have them run right into it. That seems to be working okay. I would have went with another space spirit, I think, if the option was there, but we just didn't have the option this time. Here come the red ones. They are even bulkier, but we'll hope that everything comes together and puts in the work, right? Somehow we've got to flip back and forth and stop these projectiles. So we had the skirt steak. We had, oh man, one of my favorite things. I know we've talked about beets here on the channel before, and I gotta tell you that beets are one of my favorite things. And dishes that have beets that complement the dish, you know what? I get excited about that, genuinely. So, my wife made mashed potatoes that have beets mashed in them with a generous heaping of hot horseradish mixed in. Now, if I had your attention at beets, I know I've got your attention at horseradish. Because this stuff just absolutely is such a compliment to the dish. My goodness. So, you know, you had these two savory items out there. But then in addition to that, We had a taffy apple salad, caramel taffy apple salad, peanuts, apples, whipped cream, pineapple. God, just, you know, all the favorites across the plate coming together. Just a beautiful symphony of foods. And that's not all. It's not all. We did have a dessert. And again, my wife made one of my favorites. She did a butterscotch pie that has a thick marshmallow meringue on the top. I'm a little concerned about this mushroom parade here. This could spell certain doom for it. Well, maybe we're keeping up with them now. I was a little concerned there for a moment. All right. You know what? That worked out somehow. Now we've got more red mushrooms in the area. The doom shrooms. That's what I'm calling them. Let's go with despair. A little bit more bonus damage, right? This pie was just unbelievable. I do typically spend some time. This is gonna shock absolutely nobody that has hung out on the channel for a while. I do spend a good amount of time on a subreddit called Food Porn. And it is pictures of delicious looking foods. And so I was joking with my wife about this, that, you know, some of her stuff should show up on this subreddit. And we're gonna pop this right here so that it can start helping us with these doom shrooms. Just have to find a spot for it that's okay. Huh. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Just pop it right there in the middle of the action. So she tried to put together something that had a really great look to it, and I don't know what happened with her meringue. Quite honestly, I thought it looked great, but the meringue is supposed to stand up and have these nice peaks to it. You know, you want mountainous meringues. And she didn't get the peaks. She ended up with, I don't know, more of a valley, let's say. And so she didn't think it was worthy of being included in the subreddit. And so we will have to wait for another opportunity to include that till maybe next time she makes it. I don't count her out. I think at some point we'll reach that capability of posting it there. But it was glorious, I have to say. We're gonna go over here real quick and grab those. And we'll get right back to electrifying these dudes. Oh boy, we've got a massive mushroom monster coming, apparently, judging by the life bar that just hit the top of the screen. We're gonna go with recharged rays. I wonder where this thing is coming from. I'm not seeing it yet. These mushrooms shooting projectiles now? Is that a new thing? Or was that happening all along? Maybe that was happening. Okay, let's go solar beam spirits. We've got 2 of those now. Oh, I see the giant. Okay. Well, we're gonna just stay kind of close to the tree and try and stop these projectiles and hope for the best here. This guy still has full life, and that is extremely concerning. We need to put a solar beam spirit right there. Yep. Okay. The spirit has found the giant mushroom. But I don't know if that is going to be enough, judging by what is going on. Let's do that. Okay, we're taking him down slowly. Slowly but surely. Come on. We can do it. I should probably stick over there. Oh, the fireball guy is helping. Come on. Oh, it's going to be really close. Oh, it's going to be really close. Yes. Yeah, I think we won. Well, maybe we didn't win. Okay. All right. We haven't won yet. But we're at 22-27, so, you know, this isn't going terribly. The attack range of the Berserker. Spirits of Mystic Orbs getting 1 additional orb. You know what? Let's do the spare again. Oh, we've now got the Slug Onslaught coming here. Let's go with additional damage across all spirits. You know, I said we were going to do 2 runs. I didn't anticipate having the longest run I've ever had. Usually, you know, I have lost at this point, but this is going extremely well. So we'll just ride on high here. Yeah, we ended the Father's Day evening out by the fire table in the backyard. Our kids did some s'mores on the fire tip. You know, it's one of those propane fire tables that has the glass rocks in it. Okay. Let's enhance our own ability and maybe get some additional bounce going there. Holy projectiles, Batman. We've got to get over to the side and grab these experience pips when things slow down. But now we've got projectiles coming from both sides. I feel like if I step away, it's going to be bad. I suppose our Despair will come into play, though, and buff the damage a little bit. So at least there's that. All right, we are coming up short here on the defending for the moment. Let's do attack range of the solar beam. Everything is definitely putting in the work, you know, including the flamethrower spirit. You know, I know that's more of a slower one, but, you know, as I think about the last boss that we had, I do think that the flamethrower really came in handy. Okay, so we've got a beam over here, a beam over here. Let's put a beam spirit over here somewhere. Maybe I'm just waiting for it to light up. Oh, we do have a beam thrower over here, don't we? Okay, so maybe we need one over here? Yeah, let's do one over there. I like some of the other Guardians as well, like the Whirlwind Spirit Guardian is very good. But I'm just thinking, you know, we're kind of in the late game at this point, and to go with a spirit that does not have any buffs in it, I don't know that that makes a ton of sense. Yes, I see the giant slug that is on its way to the tree. We're gonna hope for a good outcome here. There we go. Oh, more slugs. Wow. Okay, you know what? We're going to go with that. We do have one of those guys. We don't have a ton of them. But that flaming star penetrates a bunch of enemies, and so, you know, making it larger. There it goes right there. It almost looks like an orange meteor. A little ball of sun. Okay. The ancient tree can attack one additional enemy. You know what? Let's go with another 5% chance for a crit. Oh, these guys are getting through. Let's grab that double heart. That'll help a little bit. Okay. Let's go with the additional attack from the tree. Come on. I really value the Space Guardian and the warp. You know, when they get warped, it's almost like they're disoriented for just a moment. I'm like, oh yeah, I was heading that way. Uh-oh. This is not looking so good. Uh-oh. 2648. That's really not bad. You know what? I think the game just froze on the game over. We should be getting a game over here. For whatever reason, we are not. And this is the first bug. I'm going to give them credit. This is the first bug that I have seen happen with the game. But this appears to be locked up, which is a bummer. I wonder if we're going to get any of the dust that we collected. My bet is probably not. But I'll tell you what, I've been playing the game for around 8 hours, and this is the first time it's had a hiccup. So I'm going to give that to them. Hey, folks, this is a game called Stardust Defenders, and we're going to give away 2 more copies of this game. All you need to do is be subscribed and leave a comment. And then I will pick 2 of you at random on June 22nd. And you'll win a copy. How about that? Giveaways are great. And you're great for helping us be able to do this, because without you, we wouldn't be doing this. And I look forward to doing this every day. So thank you for all the support. Let's do this again sometime out on the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we'll play a roguelike or a roguelite, because, well, that's what we do every time. And you know what else we'll do? We'll give away a game at least once a week. Sometimes we do it more than once. This week in particular, we are giving away 7 video games. Yep. Thanks to you. All right. You take care out there, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.